the Drive Time Show with TaymiB and Biola.
Yep.
How are you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I'm feeling highly blessed and favored. Yes.
You really took us spiritual.
Yes, I did.
I'd never expected that. Shout out to you. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, slay mama, slay daddy, big boy, small girl. We have a superstar in the studio. He goes by the name S to the K. How does he say?
S to the Kales. Scales.
Come on.
Woo! Skales is in the building.
Yeah.
How are you?
I'm good, man. I'm all right. Feeling great. It's just been blessings upon blessings, and I'm really grateful.
Skales and I have a lot of things in common. I think the last time we saw each other was sometime. Was it last year?
Yeah, it
was last year.
But can you tell us?
We have a lot in common.
Can you tell us?
First of all, I was in deep depression. I'm gonna be very vulnerable. I was like super deep in depression, and I was telling, Skales, I think we bonded over that a little bit.
Yeah.
And I think since then a lot has happened with you.
Yeah.
And
crazy things.
Crazy thing. You're now a dad.
Yes, man. To a beautiful girl.
How does that feel?
Man, it feels so good. Like every time I just look at her, like I'm always like just smiling, Even when I'm angry now, I just think about my daughter and I just chill out. Like, it's crazy, man. Look at this beautiful girl, right here,
Oh, that's
my
cute.
chest and my ovaries. But then I remember economies. How are you coping though? Like I always think about people having babies in this time.
Yeah.
Is it expensive?
Well, it is expensive, but I think because of the love, I don't feel it.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it is expensive actually. It is. Come to think of it, when you do the calculation, it is. But for me, also, I used to have like people, like my family, my mom that I used to take care of.
Yeah.
So my mom took the exit for her to come in. So it's like pretty much like the same. I'm used to this same taking care of somebody else.
It was kind of like back to back.
Yeah, back to back.
I mean, emotionally for you, how was that?
Man, honestly, I don't know how I got through it, but I just know I've always had this, like from when I was like much younger, I've always had this mentality of no matter how bad it is, just keep going, Like I always say this story of how I used to go to schools where they used to pay, my school fees was like 40, 50K, and my mom's, I just checked like recently when my mom died, I was going through her like certificates and stuff. I saw her salary was like 10K.
Wow.
And when they increased it was 13K. So how was she doing it? Paying school fees, buying me clothes, textbooks, and still, and I never knew about that. So I feel like that mentality just continues. So no matter what I go through, I'm still just positive and I just keep going, It's more like nothing is going on, because my friends keep asking me the same question, like, why don't you ever break down? I'm like, I don't know, honestly. I'm used to it.
Honestly, Skales is strong. And that's just like, I can't even tell you some of the other things that we have in common. We have a lot in common.
No, you probably tell me
some
after
things
the
I
interview.
can't tell you.
Yeah.
But we're neighbors.
Oh,
Yeah,
well, that's dope.
interesting.
That's another
Anytime
one
there's
thing.
anything happening on the estate group facts, Skales, are we all going to die now?
That's dope.
just like,
That's
we're all going to
Yeah. But can I say a big thank you to you, on behalf of those of us that are still on the streets, that don't have a baby yet. You made an anthem for us.
Yeah,
How do you say, in your language? For those of us that absolutely love, Bunda.
Yeah.
Yeah, big thank you.
Look at what this one's
Big
thinking about.
thank you to you for that one. You did us one solid one.
But that's another thing I want to talk about. I mean, I feel like all these things that have happened to you, I mean, you've gone through a lot in a very short amount of time. And I wonder if that brought you to a space where you could then make this your new song. And I was saying it's so different from what you've done in the past. And it's picking up maybe because of that. And it has a sort of genuineness about it. Like it's something that you personally like believe as well. Like you didn't sing it for people. It was more of like an affirmation for yourself as well to keep going.
Honestly, I should say from the get-go of like Skales, from the beginning of Skales, it's always been songs from the heart. So even when I'm singing about, what, it's still from the heart. It's probably because of an experience that really, bust my brain. That kind of thing. That so, but for as I wake up, ever since like my mom passed, like a friend of mine always says to me, the worst has happened to you. So if my worst fear or my biggest fear has always been losing my mom, because that's like the only family I have left. I have no uncle, no cousin. I'm like the only survivor of my family right now.
Yeah.
Again, then my daughter, of course. But so it was just those times, and I'm working on an EP, so just all the mindset and everything made me just find a different path with my music now. Like if you listen to my new songs, are just way different. You get me? I'm singing about reality things now, like what I'm really going through, and things that are really from the heart, and one way or the other, I think I still find a way to still try to make bedu with them, so.
This is definitely a bedu, and I noticed you've been like in church a lot more.
Yeah, man, I'm a church boy.
Church
I've always been a church boy.
Yeah.
You threw shots at people like me, because when I heard the lyrics of that song, when you said, never is it heard that my tank is on E. Bro, these days, every time when I wake up, it's like my tank is always on
when
E.
You wake
physically
up,
and literally.
Your tank is on E, man.
All right, so jokes aside though, how would you, I know you probably spoke about this a few times, how would you define, that transition from EME to Baseline? Is it Baseline Records? And then to the Skales that we have right now. How would you define that transition, and what is the biggest lesson that you've learned so far?
I mean, just like the song goes, as I wake up, it's always been just positive energy. I'll give you this little story. So when I left EME, I had nothing. Like everything just ended in like one day. Like you go from this star enjoying this luxurious life to sleeping in the car. You get me? Because as soon as my deal ended, I lost the house. They told me to leave the house immediately. Left the house. All I had was one car, one Ford Explorer, and I was in it for a long time. And I little did I know that I had a song that was going to change my life in my drive. You get me? Right there. So months later, I just put out a song. I didn't know how I was going to do. I didn't have no promo money, nothing. It was just a SoundCloud link. I just uploaded it on SoundCloud, and it just went. It was just a wildfire. It just went. It was crazy, man. I didn't even know it was big, because I believed, but I gave up because I was trying to jackpot. Then I remember I got a call from Howie T, God rest his soul, and that's how my life changed, and it's just been that kind of story for me all through till now.
It's like at the dying minute,
everything just keeps changing.
Everything just keeps changing.
Yeah,
I think that's really good.
Yeah, but then again, man, I always tell people you have to also be consistent, because you can't just chill and you think it's gonna happen. You have to just keep doing it, and eventually it's gonna happen.
I was, as you're talking, I remember you were also like during COVID, you were like stuck in some place for a bit, right?
Yeah.
Which
stuck
country?
in Cape Verde.
Cape Verde.
Like Skales has been through a lot.
I'm telling you, man. I was locked up in a room for 1 month. In a room for 1 month.
In a different country.
In a different country.
Can you imagine how wild that is? Nah, man.
You, man.
People, I felt
like I was going crazy, man.
I feel like you definitely.
Every time I want to fight them, they'll tell me, we are doing VIP for you. You want to join the common house? You can leave the room and you join the common house. Everybody has COVID. You join them.
Do you know what, Skales? I think it's also important that, even as presenters, we need to give producers their flowers. Big ups to J Pizzo.
Yeah.
He produced this song that we just played, Kolibaja. He also produced As I Wake Up.
As I Wake Up, he co-produced it with a couple of producers.
Yeah. So talk to us about your relationship with J Pizzo.
Man, when I moved to Lagos, J Pizzo is one of the producers that really paid attention to me, Yeah, despite the fact that he had like hit songs with other artists, but he just had this, this love, this brotherhood love for me. And he produced Shake Body too, by the way. And it's been a crazy journey. This is like close to 10 years now. We're still friends, we're still brothers, and looking out for each other and stuff. So it's, for us, it's more than the music.
Do you find that you've made like genuine connections with people in the industry?
Yeah. I mean, I believe that's the kind of guy I am.
Yeah.
I just feel like life is simple, so it's just, and it's always love for me, it's always love. No matter what it is, no matter what happens.
So you've never had like any beef?
No, I've had a couple.
Yeah.
No. I've had a couple, some that I know, some that I didn't know of. Like I could talk about one that, one of the persons that, this one, it was my fault. I'm going to talk about it online, or sorry, on radio right now. It was, I offended Kiss Daniel, and I'm telling you, I was drunk, and some kind of scuffle happened. He was involved, and I said some things that I was really angry that night. You get me? This whole thing happened at Timaya's house, so I didn't know, because I was drunk, I didn't know what I did. The next day, it was just life as usual, and just randomly, I think I went to see Skibby, and something led to another. They now told me, oh, this guy's mad at you. And I told him that's not the kind of person you are. So I was like, for real? Please call him. So I called him and I apologized. I'm like, dog, I can't even remember anything I said, but I'm really sorry though. And, but that's like one of the people that I know that I've hurt before that, I felt really bad because I'm a huge fan of his and. But
so it's squashed now.
I believe so.
It's funny you actually mentioned beef. I posted this on Facebook and I cannot make this up. I kid you not. This question is from Soso Fabura and he's asking about Wiz. He said, Wizkid, do you guys still have beef?
No, man. I think we posted a lot of pictures from in the past, like maybe 3-4 years ago, where we, everything is done. As a matter of fact, we were in the studio I would say like 2-3 years ago. Yeah. We recorded a bunch of songs that, we don't know if it's ever going to see daylight, but, but everything is cool. And I believe everything is just timing. One day, something will lead to another and, we might have a track together out there.
About that, do you think that people, especially fans in Nigeria, pit people against each other?
Hell yeah, man. I feel like fans everywhere in the world do that. No, but especially in Nigeria, actually, But I feel like sometimes, especially in Nigeria, is mostly done for crews. But, there are some people that are really fanatics that take it to the next level. Yeah, because most of these people that you're fighting about are like politicians. We're out there chilling, thinking about what's next. Thinking about how, we're going to, conquer the world together and stuff. Yeah.
So you spoke about an EP.
Yeah.
When is that EP coming out?
Man, it was supposed to be out this month. It's been ready. It's been ready, I'm really proud of this one. It's called Proof of Life. As a matter of fact, this is the cover actually.
Oh, we get to see it first.
Yeah, this is, but I mean, it's not been designed, but I'm just telling you, this is the picture for the cover.
Okay.
Yeah. I just did this photo shoot with my daughter like a couple of days ago. And she's a star, man. Anytime she sees camera, she's chill. Like, I'm telling you, she doesn't, like, she's the sweetest person to do. As a matter of fact, I'm trying to, man, let me even pitch it now. Any company that wants to do, please, my daughter is available.
I mean, make your school fees money.
They tell you school fees time goes to reach.
There's lots of people sending you shout outs and sending you love. Babatunde Samuel says Skales is absolutely on fire right now. 100%. Uputa says, my man. Edward is saying hello to you.
I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, but how do you feel as being one of the pioneers of Afrobeats, one of the people that I remember that jam Mukulu. I remember the dance, I remember everything. Yeah. But how do you feel about the growth of Afrobeats and Afrobeat to the world right now from your perspective?
Man, every time I see what's going on, man, I always have goosebumps till now. I remember when I used to travel abroad to go perform at just normal clubs. Yeah. Now I travel abroad to perform at theaters, like places people like my idols perform at, places like Jay-Z perform at, Kanye perform at. I'm doing a show that I'm headlining a show in the same place. It's crazy. So it's like, it's amazing what our journey feels like. And I feel like the younger generation is even going crazier now. And man, it can only get better, honestly. And I wouldn't say that there should be any rule or there should be something we should do better. I just think we should just keep doing what we're doing, man. And,
I agree with you, man. Honestly. And a shout out to you for being, as he said, you were actually on the forefront of this renaissance, I think, of Afrobeat. And especially because you were a rapper, but then you were a rapper that then started making jams. Like, Bedu's like with singing and like he said, Jam Mukulu. It's a thing that happens a lot now, but then like it was different. Yeah. So shout out to you. We can't wait to see your EP. We can't wait to hear it. We love the new music so much, and thank you so much for coming on the show.
Appreciate it, man.
So before you go, I want to know what Nigerian song you're listening to right now that's not yours.
Man,
that is like a bop, like that's just your
definitely
jam.
Rema is number one.
Rema,
I love Rema, man. Rema is amazing, man. Like, if you know music, you know that guy is amazing. Rema, of course. Then who else? Yo, Spicy, help me out, man. There's a lot. Funny thing is, I listen to everybody. Honestly, it's crazy that I even listen to Portable, man.
I love Possible.
No jokes, man. That
Honestly,
guy knows.
I
like,
don't know why people.
he's
Possible
dope. Like
is
I feel
good.
like he's talented.
He is.
Yeah.
He is.
You know, I listen to everybody from Portable to Kiss Daniel to Burna, of course. Come on, man. Burna is actually my favorite African artist. You know, he has always been my favorite African artist. I've always told him, like, you're my favorite. He's my friend, but I always tell him that. So, who
Shout
else?
out Burna.
Of course, Jazzy, Ira Star, Tiwa. A lot of people, man. A lot of people.
You guys actually have a tune together, you and Burna.
Plenty tunes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Burna has practically been on. I've dropped total of 5 projects. Burna has been on like 3 or 4.
Yo.
Like, you know, that's showing how much of a brother he has always been to me.
But how's your relationship now?
Man, you know how it is, man. Things ain't never gonna be the same. You know, he's busy now, you know, and he's a global star. You know, he's a great guy.
You were talking to us about some juicy tea before.
Oh yeah, man. I was talking about like Burna. You know, sometimes you know I get scared. This is just like a side story, but you know when I hear things that this thing happened, they shot this person. Something. I mean, I'm not saying Burna did it,
Yeah, we did
but
it.
you know. So
Yeah.
I haven't spoken to Burna in a while, so I had a scuffle with like I think. So we had one copyright issue. Like his team was not. So I had a scuffle. Like I blast them. I thought probably Burna saw it because I blasted everybody that was involved. You know, through email. I insulted everybody. I was so angry. I was like, what's going on with this guy? So when I saw Burna, I was in the dark. It was in the dark right at the club. Then somebody ran to me that looked like Burna. I was like, oh my God, Jesus. Then he just hugged me. He's like, I was like, yo, man, I thought you were trying to attack me, man. I was like, why? I was like, man, I thought you saw one email. He's like, no, he didn't see nothing. He didn't know anything was going on. I was like, for real? Okay, man, cool. What's up?
But you know, I always say this, like, Burna is definitely one person, the only person in this industry I'm scared of.
Yeah.
Like, I'm terrified. Because I feel like,
Why?
Burna is
but
a
he's
talk
really
and
cool.
do.
Yeah.
No, he's my guy. He's my guy normally. But like, if Burna says sit down, I will sit down. You know, you Skales can't tell me to sit down. I will sit down. Because Burna is like a talk and do type of person. Like,
Yes,
if you say I will slap you, you will slap you.
I don't see you. I don't
He's
know.
He's not
You know they play around.
He's not a joking stuffs.
Yeah.
I saw this.
He's a
video
man of his word.
Yeah, I saw this video of Burna like driving. What was it? One of these quad bikes and hit somebody and he just threw money at them like take and just enjoy yourself. That's the kind of person he is. But shout out to Burna. Like we love him. I was listening to Burna. Like I was with someone last night and they were just playing me Burna's music back to back. That's how much people love him. So shout out to him.
Shout out to Burna. That's the best. That's my favorite artist. That's actually my best artist in Africa.
I think a
From
lot of people
Africa,
agree with you.
yeah.
He's the one that has Grammy now.
Yeah.
No, not even that. Before even the
Before
Grammy
that.
thing. You know why I keep featuring Burna? Because I always thought the Burna was amazing. You know?
Yeah.
Like even I knew Burna from Port Harcourt. Like when I used to go to Port Harcourt to do shows, that's how I met Burna, through Lyric.
Yeah, and you also mentioned that there was one session that you had with him, and the thing wasn't making sense because you were lit, and you had to go back home and go and do.
Oh yeah, that's a temporary mix song.
That's the temporary
Yeah,
mix.
he was one take.
99.
He was one take. He recorded everything.
Biola is not asking any more questions
Off my mic.
because Biola is just like, oh my God, Skales is here. Let me ask him everything I want to ask him on my life. I might never see him again. But this was so much fun. Thank you so much for coming on the show
Appreciate it, man.
today.
Thanks for having me and for making history with me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, actually,
Yeah.
this is my first interview on the beat, and it's with Skales. Because we are connected. Oh,
Let's
there's
go.
a lot of stuff. This is so romantic. I won't cry when you leave. Don't worry. I'll cry when you leave. It's fine. But thanks so much for coming. Your EP is coming out soon.
Yes.
We don't know. We don't have a date.
Yeah, I don't have a date yet, but definitely September.
So any September, it will come.
It's
out.
ready already. You know. It's
Okay.
Just,
So
yeah.
who's feature? Do you have features? Can you give
Yeah,
us
man.
like, who's
I just
there?
have 2 people featured on it. You know, I have there's this DJ called Four Corners. He's the DJ for the Raptors. He's from Toronto. Then I have Mohammed Ramadan. This one of the biggest Arabian artists. He's from Egypt. And you know, this is our second song together actually. And this time I'm featuring him. The other one he featured me. This one I'm featuring him. So
Looking forward to it.
yeah.
That's another. I don't want to talk more. God, let's not start talking.
Do you get-
We'll talk
do you get-
more.
I'm trying
off
to
air.
compose myself.
Yeah, but that's another thing about Skales is he does very smart collaboration. So there are people that you might not know, but there's a reason for the thing. There's a reason for the collab.
Yeah.
So, and I like that you're still about your business, even though you're about the art.
Yeah.
Some of these decisions are like business decisions, so you can break into new territories.
Definitely.
So you see Skales in Morocco,
I'm telling you.
and you're like, who knows Skales in Morocco? You have no idea
telling
the amount of people out there that know you, and it's because of these sort of strategic like collaborations that you do. So I think if nobody gives you flowers, we're gonna give you flowers right
Thank you very
now.
much.
You're doing so well, and like we're so like, I personally am very proud of you, and
Appreciate
keep
it.
it up, man. Keep it up. I think we're gonna play As I Wake Up again, because me, I need to ginger myself. That's how we blow this year, or else. So we're gonna leave you with this song. Turn up the volume, have a little dance. It's Skales, As I Wake Up on the Beat 99.9 FM.
Nothing fit to come between me and my daily bread.